Hello, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Simon. I've owned the car for 43 years, in fact. In fact, it's the first car I ever owned. I bought it with my father when I was 17. And the previous owner owned it for another 42 years. So between the two of us, we've owned it for nearly all its life. I love this car. It has an enormous affection for me because I bought it with my father when I was so young. I then went off and studied engineering at university, and after graduating I started restoring the car, and I basically tried to do everything myself. So I was working for Ford Motor Company at the time, in quite a high pressure job, but in the evenings I went and studied at night school to learn how to do upholstery using industrial sewing machines, and also spraying. So the spray job is my own work, although it's slightly tired now after 40 years. So I wanted to do it as much as I possibly could. So unfortunately my father died early from cancer, and at that point obviously I owned the entirety of the car. So it's a very special object to me. I love it, I use it as much as I can. And as you can see, it's in a slightly tatty condition, but I kind of like it like that. The last thing I did most recently was to replate the headlamps and the side lights. I actually went to work for a local company that does that sort of thing, and I worked there as a casual labourer and did all the parts myself. Unfortunately, it's a horrible atmosphere to work in. It's so hazardous, so I didn't do that for terribly long. Working on a car as old as this it has to be a labour of love, because there's always something that needs doing. So as I say, I've redone the upholstery, I've resprayed the car, I've redone the nickel plating, and the engine work. I've done everything I can, but there's two things, unfortunately, that I've been unable to fix myself, and I thought of your programme because of the amazing work that the clockmaker has done for other people. So the clock doesn't work and the speedometer doesn't work. The speedometer is actually a really unusual design, and it's much more like a clock than it is a normal conventional speedometer. So I just wondered if you might be able to help me. It would mean an enormous amount to me, and I'm sure my father looking down on it would also enjoy the experience. All the instruments are working with the exception of the speedometer. The drive is working correctly because the miles go round, but some time ago the needle stopped working. It flickered a lot for a long time and then stopped working altogether. That's actually very much like a clock mechanism, apparently. It's a very unusual speedometer, which is why I haven't been able to find anybody who can repair it. And then the conventional clock itself as well, of course, that's authentic dust, doesn't actually work either, and I think I overwound it. But then I saw on your programme that that's actually a misnomer. You can't actually overwind something, so there's probably something else wrong with it. If those could work, it would be just fantastic. It would mean an awful lot to me. Yeah. So if it's possible for your wonderful clockmaker to help make both the clock work and the speedometer work, it would mean an enormous amount to me, and I'd be eternally grateful.